This farmer, Caleb Ragland, is urging President Trump to reduce tariffs on Chinese goods coming to the United States so that China will reduce its new tariffs on U.S. soybeans, which are 10%, and thereby save the future of farming in America. Farm expenses have been rising sharply, but crop prices are in decline. Soybeans 3 years ago were $17 a bushel, and now the price is $10. Here's a futures market for soybean priced in dollars and per ton. Prices went from $1,700 to $1,039, which are in line with his own farm's top line. So these trends cannot be maintained before soybean farmers all go away, and soon. And so the Farmers Association is asking for a trade deal with China to reduce the tariffs on Chinese goods so that China will buy a lot more soybean. But China is buying a lot more soybeans. They're just buying them from elsewhere. China is the largest export market for U.S. soybean farmers, but Brazil is China's biggest supplier, supplying 69% of the market here. And that is still rising. 158 million tons of soybeans went from Brazil to China last year, and that's forecasted to rise to more than 169 million tons by 2033. The BRICS nations themselves are 44% of the world's grain production, 48% of wheat, 58% of rice, 40% of corn. And the BRICS Grain Exchange will comprise the largest block of grain suppliers and the largest block of buyers. Our farmers are flying blind with respect to what crops to plant, because nobody has a clue what the market's going to be come harvest time for anything. The price discovery is gone because nearly half the world's trade in the biggest crops is being done outside Western brokerages. We are seeing a decoupling then. China and these other major grain buyers are shifting their buying preferences from farmers in North America, in Europe, and Australia, to farms in BRICS countries, in South America and in Russia. China now prefers to buy their soybeans from Brazil, and China now prefers to buy their wheat from Russia. But here's another thing, that while G7 suppliers are seeing canceled orders and business losses, in China it's the opposite. The government here announced plans to dramatically increase domestic production of agricultural commodities, and 2027 is just 2 years away. China aims to achieve grain output of 700 million tons by 2027. But the tariffs aren't the problem. Chinese tariffs on U.S. crops can go to zero, and it won't matter. Today, farms in BRICS countries are the most productive in the world. High output at low cost. And there is no reason to buy food from anywhere else.